Deep in the parched desert sands of ancient Osirian,
long-forgotten secrets are becoming unearthed
that could threaten the security of the entire region.
Through cursed tombs, undead crypts, and towering pyramids,
our unlikely band of heroes must rise to the challenge
and find the secrets of
the Mummy's Mask.
Last time on the Mithril Tabletop.
Welcome back to town. It is now day 6 since the start of the lottery. Septi speaks up. She goes, "You guys are here after your site? Did you completely finish it?"
We have a little bit to tell you.
It was all self-defense.
Oh, no.
Yes, it was self-defense.
Valeriana fireballed us. And so that was that.
What do you mean there were bare footprints? Like, what? Do you think there was a third party?
Yes.
Who's going shopping with me?
I'll go shopping with you.
Ah, Habibi!
I need to pick up my weapon.
Tanhi!
Septi mentioned the library to look into that forgotten one. Keryth is kind of interested in that, so Keryth wants to do that.
I could research with you too, Keryth.
Happy birthday to the king himself. It's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. If you're watching this the day it comes out, hashtag Mithril Monday. What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Wahba. I'm the GM here of the Mithril Tabletop, in case you didn't know, but I'm sure you did, because you guys are amazing and wonderful, and we really couldn't have better fans than you guys out there. I just want to say that this episode is a juicy one, in case you didn't somehow already read the episode title. People here in this episode get really down and dirty and gritty with their character roleplay, and things come out that like have been building up for several episodes now, months even. So I don't want to spoil it too much, but it's going to be a good one. Don't forget to follow us on all our social medias. We have Instagram, TikTok, we have YouTube. Please share the word. This is how we grow. This is how we reach new audiences. This is how we interact with you people. So if you love us, give us a like, give us a subscription. If you don't like us, let us know what we can do better. Send us an email at themithraltabletop@gmail.com. But enough out of me. Here's episode 39, Heart to Heart. Earlier today, we were talking, as friends often do. I know, we are friends, believe it or not.
There's been a lot of talking today, so I'm going to need you to narrow it down.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I want to see if you guys can figure out what I'm getting at. We were talking. What is it?
How we were comparing each of our characters to characters from Pokemon.
Yes, absolutely we were.
Okay. Well, I will bow out now. It was just a random.
Bye, Erin. Thanks for coming by. No, we had a random discussion, and it just like popped out of nowhere, and then we each immediately went full turbo hyper nerd.
Except Erin.
Except for me.
Because we were quiet that entire day. Like we were just like, hey, what's up? And then just, like that was it from like 9 a.m. until like 3 p.m. or 4, whatever it was. That. And then it just exploded with a single image meme, and then it just like 70 messages. Ashley was at work. She checks her phone. Nothing. She checks it 5 minutes later. 70 messages.
I know. All of a sudden, I was like, "What is going on?" I saw one patient. Looked at my phone. There's 70 messages. I'm like, I only saw one person. What happened?
I want to say, if any of my coworkers are listening to this, I was totally working and not a part of this discussion either.
Plead the fifth, Alyssa. Plead the fifth.
She didn't even have her phone on her at work today. What are you even talking about?
It was in her car.
For legal reasons, I did not incite this incident.
She pleads the fifth.
Sure, it was Pokemon related, but that does not necessarily mean that I was involved.
What are you even talking about? No evidence. No proof.
No proof.
The meme very essentially was just like, it was a typical Pokemon meme with Jesse and James is like, oh, I want to wear the female nurse dress. That was the meme. And but it was captioned with Alyssa going, this is very Habibi energy. What did I say?
You said Alyssa.
But she was at work, remember?
I did say Alyssa.
But she was at work. She didn't have her phone.
Yeah.
It was me.
Alyssa's very convincing twin sister, Alyssa, was there. And she said, hey, this is very big Habibi energy. And immediately everyone started guessing which Pokemon character represented each of our characters. The first one, I think, was Tariq. Who did Tariq get?
Brock.
That's hilarious.
That was
Absolutely, by the
100%
way.
so fast, too.
It was just instant, too. Because Brock he's the flirt. He's also very kind and kind of the leader, but he's also goofy and a doofus. But like, that's just Tariq. That's literally Tariq if Tariq closed his eyes.
Brock also has, like, every once in a while, Brock will come up with, like, these genius plans that are just so outlandish that they work.
Well, when I saw that though, I was like, I immediately went like, "You guys are insulting me, aren't you?" Because I don't know Pokemon. No, but that was my first reaction. Like, you all are insulting me, aren't you? And then like it was like decent comparison. I was still like squinting eye suspicion.
Squinting eyes.
I mean, he
like
has really
Brock?
bad puns too, and
He does.
Nice.
Oh, he has the worst
Excuse
puns.
you, I give great puns. All right.
Let me turn this drying or frying pan
You don't
into
count.
a
You
drying
don't like
pan.
any puns unless you're the one that says them.
No. There are
True.
sometimes some puns that other people make that I do giggle at. There have been a few of yours, just not a lot.
It's more like punishment.
But yeah, all the other comparisons were pretty funny too. But I think those two in particular were especially perfect. Like the other ones were okay. They're good enough just to round out the 5. But like, sorry, 5.5. Ramses got a comparison too. But just those two, I had to share those two. But speaking of comparisons, mine is the Dingleberry Doofus, Professor Oak, because I sometimes make mistakes, like giving Ash a Pokemon at all.
Sending us on our adventure.
Yep. Shouldn't have done that. Should not have done that.
Can you imagine, like, you being the professor and giving a very dangerous Pokemon to, like, a 9-year-old? It's just like, off you go.
One that before he even left the door, the mouse tried to kill him.
Yes!
And he's like, yep, this is good. Go ahead. Get out of here.
Here's the Pokédex. Fill it up for kid.
Bye, have fun.
God.
Don't sue me later.
He can't. He's dead.
And like the
Spoilers.
Oh, there's a reason he sent him away. It was definitely for the mom.
Oh yeah.
Every time he comes back to Paltown, his mom and Professor Oak are very close together.
Oh my.
No, I'm sorry, I'm
my.
Spoilers.
No, but I did have an honest mistake at the end of last session. I got excited. I'm like, ooh, I get to finally drop some lore. And then I fucked up. I said that Hakotep founded, or at least commissioned, the founding of the Sanctum of the Iridite Eye, when I very clearly, earlier in a couple episodes beforehand, said that it was Jederet II, who was the pharaoh at the time. He's the one who commissioned the temple, not Hakotep. I promise you that's the only mistake I have ever will done. I am a flawless GM otherwise.
Perfect.
Don't do that. I try my best, okay? I'm sorry. All right, but anyways, I do actually want to resolve this die roll. Because when we last left our heroes, they had decided they were going to go their separate ways. Khepri, Habibi, and Tanhi, they went over to Kazmut to get could you imagine? Tanhi's new giant war axe, which has an axe head on one side and a hammer head on the other side. And they did. They paid the money. Cool, great. But they said, actually, can you also transfer these runes? He's like, oh, motherfuckers. And so they're like, cool, we're going to continue shopping. So they left. And then we cut to Tariq and Keryth deep in their notes, flipping scroll after scroll. They're going through pages. They're rifling through letters and notes. And it's not a huge library, but it's still something. And they found a record. And this is where the correction has to happen. They found a record describing the founding of the Sanctum of the Iridite Eye. And in that record, they mention Hakotep. And it mentions it in relationship to the Sanctum of the Iridite Eye, but whatever that relationship was has been scratched off and redacted.
Does it look like it's like an official redaction, or like someone came in with a pen or something and scratched it out themselves?
usually when ancient Egyptians redact their government things, they don't have any like scrolls to do that. Those disintegrate over time. What they do is they take a chisel and they go up to the stone obelisk and go, all right, it's gone now. So in terms of this, I'm gonna say it was painted over.
Can't we like hold it up into the light though, like you do with a Sharpie? I'm not sure if anyone else does this, but if like you want to see how much something costs, but it was crossed out, you can just hold it into the light and see it.
Yeah, so you do that and you see the ink, and then behind the ink you just see more ink, and then the papyrus.
Thanks,
and then
love.
some more ink. You're welcome.
Yeah, usually if you would normally be able to do something like that, they're gonna put it both on the front side and on the back to prevent people being able to see it.
Well, no.
At least that's what they do with like court documents and stuff like that. I have a follow-up question.
Yes.
Because based off of the description, it sounds like it might have been a official redaction, whatever that entails. Would we be able to like talk to whoever's in charge of the record section that me and Tariq are in? Would there be someone that we can talk to that would maybe have record of what was redacted?
Funny you should mention that. At that moment, as you guys are kind of like rifling through the paper, Tariq reads this and kind of gets frustrated and like throws the scroll on the ground, and Keryth is like,
he would not throw
someone?
a 4,000-year-old scroll on the ground, sir.
All right, he throws
He
his
is an archaeologist
fist.
and a scholar. He would respect
He
that.
slams his fist into the desk next
Thank
to the
you.
scroll, perfectly preserving the whatever. As you guys are like, or as he's causing this slight ruckus, around the corner, Teminib comes out again. Teminib, you guys remember, met last week. And he sees you guys kind of making a bit of a mess with like all these scrolls all over the table, and he goes, is there something I can help you with? You seem like you guys are focused on something.
Yes. Is Tariq the one that still has the scroll that had the redaction on it?
Yeah.
You guys are kind of like both reading at the same time.
Okay. So Keryth is gonna like carefully pick up the scroll because you know it's thousands of years old, or hundreds or thousands of years old, whatever.
Hundreds of
hundreds of thousands of years old.
years.
There we go.
Could
And
you imagine?
he's just holding it like very carefully in his hands, and like turns to where
Teminib.
You got this. You got this. I'm proud.
Teminib
You can do
is
this.
standing. There we go.
Nailed it.
And kind of gestures to the section that they just got to where it shows the redaction. Well, we found something of interest in our research here, but it appears that there's been a section that has been redacted. Is there any way you could possibly help us in finding out what information was possibly redacted?
That's interesting. He takes the scroll. He's like, I don't think I've ever actually read this. Which section did you say you found this scroll in?
Section K, line 3, row 2.
That one.
Mm.
And Tariq points at the middle shelf.
Oh, I see. That's the civil development section. It's odd. Well, I mean that does explain why I haven't read it. I don't care much for that subject matter, but yeah, this does seem like an odd thing to include in a redacted document. Let's see. Sanctum of the Erudite Eye. Wasn't that the site you guys just explored?
It certainly was.
That is why we are looking into it, sir.
Interesting. Maybe that site has more to offer than let on. What exactly prompted this search, if you don't mind me asking?
We found some things of interest there. It appears that there had been a third party that came in before we arrived and possibly took something. So we're...
The Scorched Hand?
We don't think it was them.
A separate party.
Yeah.
Oh.
We're the first party. They're the second party. This is the third party. They seem to have taken something, and based off of some inscriptions we found on the walls, it could possibly be cursed, maybe. But so we're trying to find some information on what that could have been.
You can see here that that we found some information that confirms what we already know from the Sanctum, which is that Keryth was the one who commissioned the Sanctum of the Urdai, the place that we had just explored. And it mentions here also Joser II was one of the first priests, the founding high priest there. But you can see this line here, and he points to like the middle of the scroll where you start seeing kind of the paint. It mentions I'm messing up the name, Hakotep the first, but then it just blanks everything out about him. So does that name sound familiar? That's what we're asking about, is specifically him. Do you recognize the name at all? Because we're trying to see how he might connect. We're trying to find someone called the Forgotten One.
Forgotten? Perhaps this Hakotep is the Forgotten One, because I have never heard of a pharaoh named Hakotep the first. There was one very recently, but not from a scroll dated to this time period. This is much older than the first Hakotep the first, or I guess, well, now he would be the second one. Perhaps there was a separate Hakotep entirely, and a whole different line of Hakoteps.
Who is the one that you know?
He's known as the Emerald Pharaoh. But he existed only a few thousand years ago, before the interim period when the Kelishites occupied. That's not 6,000 years old like this scroll is.
Are we sure the scroll is 6,000 years old? It looks more like 3,000 to 4,000 years old.
Hey, I said hundreds of
damn it.
thousands of years old.
Either way, it is not the 2,000 years old that would place it with the other pharaoh.
What was, do you happen to know anything, or know where we can find more information about him? Somehow he connects to this, even if the timeline doesn't necessarily match up the way we think. We don't always see what works in the background, you know what I mean? We don't always know everything.
Correct. If he was referred to as the Forgotten One in the Sanctum of the Urdite Eye, perhaps he was purposely removed from the records. I can't think of... on second thought, you know what? Tefu, one of our sister cities here around the rivers, they actually have the largest records of any library in all of Assyrian, even that in Sothis, the capital. If anything is to be found about the Forgotten One here, or Hakotep in general, it might be there.
Okay, in Tefu, you said?
In Tefu, yeah. It's not too far from here. You can probably get there in 2-3 days sailing.
Okay. I know a little bit about Tefu.
Oh, you have you ever visited?
I've never visited, but I did study it quite extensively recently.
City of the Reeds, they call themselves. That's often referred to as the breadbasket of Assyrian. A lot of our grain comes from there. But yeah, no, beyond that, they are actually also a very well-established library. They have the great archives there. It's it's run by a few Nethian priests. They seem to love collecting lore and knowledge, and I'm sure there's something in there somewhere that contains this thing. But don't worry about that for now. I actually came by to ask you guys if you're coming to the auction tomorrow night.
Well, we've got a lot of stuff that we're gonna sell, so we'll be there for sure.
Fantastic. And then perhaps after you have your new riches and the auction is completed, you can then be on your merry way to Tefu, and I wish you luck on that search.
Thank you. And Tariq kind of holds like his hand out for the scroll, like to take the scroll back. As he watches him leave, Tariq is gonna turn to Keryth and be like, "Well, I don't know if we're gonna find anything else here, but definitely sounds interesting to go to a library monitored by Nethys worshippers. It definitely seems more leaning in that area, anyways.
Unless it's been redacted in every place that we would think to look.
Well, we won't know unless we go look, will we? Alright, maybe we should tell the others what we found. Or didn't find, I guess, in this case.
Alright, and then, so you guys can probably meet up. Do you guys just all want to meet up at Basmut, or Kusmut's, not Kusmut, fucking Beniti's shop?
Sure.
Alright. So, Khepri, Tariq, Habibi, Keryth, and Tanhi, you guys all eventually meet up out on the outskirts of town near the Asp district, you find fuck, I'm so bad with names. You meet at Beniti's shop again, and you guys kind of like open the door and ding, 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 the bell rings. And Beniti seems a lot more well rested now. It's been a couple of days, about 4 days, half a week, and the initial rush of like exploring and adventuring supplies has now kind of dissipated a little bit. So you guys walk in and he goes, welcome. If it isn't my old friends, what can I do for you today?
I want to pick up my dog's harness.
Perfect. Excellent. Actually, it just came in the other day. I've been holding it safe for you, but I was wondering if you would come pick that up. Here, come with me. Come to the back.
I want to see. Kepri's just gonna jump and skip all the way over.
Well, careful, don't hurt yourself. And then he leads you to the counter where he asks you to wait, goes into the back as he pushes past some curtains, and then he comes out with this beautiful harness, and it seems like it's made of this thick leather with studs around the seams instead of just normal stitching, and it seems like very tough material, almost as if it acts as barding.
Oh.
And then he provides you with this little harness. He pulls it out of this little box container. He says, "Okay, let's see if we can get it attached. Can you tell your dog to sit for me?"
Mm-hmm. Ramses, sit. Ramses is gonna wag his tail, but sit.
He's sitting and his tail is sweeping the floor.
Yep, he's such a good boy.
All right, so he provides you with this barding this strap, this leather, and he kind of puts it around this Ramses. He puts one paw in and puts it around his neck and stuff, and he tries buckling it down. He adjusts the size a little bit, but as he steps back and Ramses stands up to at attention, you can see that Ramses is now covered with this protective leather around his chest, around his back, up to part way up his back. He can still move his head very freely, but around the sides of this you can see some pouches, some pockets, and on the back of it, obviously there is around the collar you can see a hook that you can clasp a leash to, or some sort of other line attached to it.
All for a leash.
Kepri's gonna look at him and peel around the harness and go, "It has pockets!"
Oh my gosh! It has pockets.
Yes, exactly.
This is what you guys asked for, so I merely provided what you ordered.
They really need to just keep offering more and more pockets for different things. Just saying. Ramses, what do you think?
But yeah, so he turns to you, he's like, "Well, I'm glad you liked it. That was a great deal of effort to get and order, by the way. But I think 30 gold pieces would suffice."
Khepri is gonna immediately. She's just as quick as possible, like in a movie. She's like, "Shoot, shoot, shoot," and then just throws 30 at him.
Excellent, very well. Thank you so much for your patronage. I'm very happy to have been of service. Is there anything else you would like to buy, you and your friends, now that you're here? Hi, Tanhi, welcome back.
Hey! Tanhi, just so y'all know, Tanhi slipped away on the way over here, and she went and got a plate of food from home.
Oh my god!
Are you just eating it with the plate, or are you just eating it in your hands in the store?
No, I have a plate in my hand.
She went and actually grabbed a to-go tray.
Oh, you're eating in my store. That's great. No, it's fine. I can definitely clean up the ants later.
But it's just it's not a messy thing. It's
No, it's okay. You don't have to explain yourself to me. Your family are my friends. Welcome. Just make yourself at home. Why don't you? It's fine.
Tanhi, you just need to sit on a couch or something in here too. Just sit on the floor and eat your food. Ask for some water.
Mom invited you over for dinner tonight.
Oh, okay. You know what? I feel better now. Thank you. That's actually I've been meaning to have a nice home cooked meal. I've been working such long hours lately. I just go home and I fall asleep, and I don't have time to eat anymore. So I can definitely look forward to a good Sani. I look forward to a good Sani home cooked meal.
He's struggling.
I am too.
Me too. Khepri, Khepri is gonna grab Ramses, and then she's gonna like try to figure out what to put in for the leash, and she's gonna grab her adventurer's rope and just loop it through, and then make a little like what's the word? Good God, a slip knot, so that she can just easily undo it, but Ramses can't undo it.
Speaking of the harness, by the way, it not only does it act like light barding, but it also acts as a backpack, like the mechanical backpack. So you can carry up to 4 bulk of items, and the first 2 bulk don't count against Ramses' encumbrance.
Yay, Ramses! Good boy. You can help Tanhi, and you can help brother, and they will be very grateful.
So you turned your dog into your pack mule.
Oh no, I didn't think about it that way. No, he is a working dog. It is fine.
I was gonna say he basically looks like a horse, anyways.
He's based off of my parents' dog, Winston, and Winston loves to carry things for you. He's a sweetheart, and sometimes we'll just put a bag on him if we want to take something upstairs to somebody else if I'm at my parents', and he'll just carry it up there happily.
Yeah, and Ramses is also like bigger than Khepri, right? Like how much does Ramses probably weigh now? Like he's probably like a good 120, 130 pounds.
I would say
maybe.
He's about 100 pounds. He's a lean dog. He's tall, but
he's a
lean.
lean cuisine. Got
Have
it.
you seen what a pharaoh hound looks like? They're lean.
That's true. They're kind of like racing dogs, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the actual question to the rest of the party though, is there anything else you guys want to like buy here at this general purpose store?
I want to get some potions.
Help yourself.
I would also like to buy some potions.
I would also like to buy
yourselves.
some potions.
I would also like to buy some potions.
All right, okay.
I would also like to buy some potions. Just gonna continue the trend.
Ramses would also like to buy some potions.
Arf, arf.
Is there anyone who wants to buy something that isn't a consumable that I care about?
Would it be his store or somewhere else that would carry alchemical items that are not potions?
Yeah, he probably carries like some alchemical potions. I'll say like up to level 3 or something.
Well, it's not a potion. It is an item.
Yeah, same thing.
So what Keryth is interested in, because we have been picking up every now and then some types of bombs. Like I've currently got some alchemist fire, and I think we've come across some others that we've just picked up every now and then. But he was looking through, I imagine that most of the stores have like a list of their inventory or something for like what they carry. And so what Keryth is interested in is this item called a weapon siphon.
What the fuck is a weapon siphon?
Right? So it is an alchemical item that basically you attach it to your weapon. Takes like 10 minutes to attach it, no big deal. But you can insert a lesser bomb that deals energy damage. And then when you hit with the weapon that it's attached to, in addition to the normal weapon damage, you also deal 1d4 damage of that bomb's weapon type for that like entire round.
It's not that entire round, it's that the next 3 attacks.
Oh, there
That's
we go.
important. Because it also says that the extra weight throws your weapon off balance and you increase your multiple attack penalty from -5 to -6. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. You ask him and he kind of like looks around the store. He's like, weapon siphon. No, I don't think I've, well, hang on. I did get a shipment recently. Let me look in the back real quick. I think somebody brought in this strange item and I didn't know where to put it on the shelf. I'll be right back. Everyone else, you kind of just look around, bring your shopping list together. We'll buy it all at once. Just 1 second. And he goes off in the back. And he comes out and he goes, you know, I think this is what you were asking. It's very strange, but it has like this little, it's just as you described, it has this area where you can attach alchemical vials to it. I don't have very many of those here, just a few minor potions, you know, things that the passing traders have extra to sell of. But I think you can screw it on here. Is this what you were looking for?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad to get rid of this thing. I didn't know where to put it. I don't have a place for that in my store. But yeah, I'll take it off your hand, or you can take it off my hands for 10 gold pieces if you don't mind.
Gladly.
All right, but is there anyone else who wants to buy anything other than a consumable?
Yes. But I
right,
have to get a tattoo.
I'm sorry, I think I misheard you. You said you wanted a tattoo?
Yeah, it's called Wildwooding. It helps me increase a +1 bonus to stealth checks.
Khepri, he's not a
I don't know what that means, but aren't you a child?
No, I am an adult.
Oh,
dude, that was the wrong thing to say.
I am a full-grown woman. I know that I'm short. I know that I look small, but I am allowed to get a tattoo.
Many apologies, young mistress.
I deserve a
madam.
discount.
I don't think so.
Since she's half size, the price should be half size.
Yes.
Well, I don't sell tattoos here.
Yes, you do.
I definitely don't, because I'm not a tattoo artist.
The temporary kind that you can just like use a wet paper towel and.
Look, if you really want to give me the money, I will happily accept your money and then, paint something on you. But if you want it to be a magical tattoo, I don't have the skills or expertise. I am a simple merchant.
Where do I go?
At a tattoo parlor, probably. If you would like, I'm sure somebody in some of the pubs in town probably knows something about a tattoo
Tooth and
parlor.
Hookah, we go.
There's also okay, sure, that works too.
Toothy's at the Tooth and Hookah.
She turns to Habibi and she goes, "Is she always this much of a handful?"
But she's our handful, so.
Yeah, I mean,
and she's only the size of a handful, so.
Oh.
So I'm looking at this item that Khepri is interested in. So it is an item, obviously, it's a tattoo. It doesn't say it has the alchemical trait, nor does it have magical, even though that wouldn't really matter for me. Would I, since it is common, and with the change to crafting, I now basically have access to all formulas that are common, that are up to my level. If we had the time, would I be able to craft that for her?
You mean the tattoo?
Ooh.
Doesn't a tattoo require magical crafting?
It doesn't have the magical trait, but even if it did, I do have magical crafting. I just don't have alchemical crafting just yet.
It does have the primal trait, so it is magical.
Okay, which I do have magical crafting, so.
All right, then yeah, Keryth could give you the tattoo.
Oh my gosh, we are about to have a bestie bonding session.
You guys just go into a back alley and Keryth's like, hold still.
Don't worry, I'm a professional. As of today.
Keryth, I want it to go around my left arm, and I want it to stretch all the way up to my ear.
Oh my gosh. Jesus Christ, that's gonna definitely take you the days it's gonna take to craft this.
No, because it's
Holy
just one
shit.
color.
Does it matter? Do you know how long it takes to do a full arm tattoo like that?
No,
sleeve?
it's not like a sleeve. It's just winding vines.
It's like an outline.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, it's gonna be easier then, but that's still gonna take at least a few hours, and you have to take breaks and shit. All right.
Keryth, whenever you're ready, I'm ready, okay?
Got you.
We got this. I'll pay you.
All right, so everyone's good here. Nothing else. I can move on to other customers and patrons.
All right, from the there's a little clothing section near the checkout area of the store, and there's also like this mirror. And Tariq's just kind of waiting around for everybody to finish shopping up, and he's looking through the clothes. And then suddenly he sees on the shelf you have like one of those busts that have that's wearing like a hat. It's like a half a bust sitting on the shelf, and it's wearing a hat, and he goes, "Ooh." And so he takes off the hat, and just being silly or whatever, he goes over to the mirror and he like sets it down on his head. And then all of a sudden, there's kind of like this whoosh of air almost, and you see like his white and blue robes get like a little bit cleaner and like a little bit brighter. And he goes, "Oh, dang!" And like he turns back to Beniti and he goes, "Hey, what is this thing? It looks nice."
What you're seeing is like this wraparound turban. It goes around your head, and it seems to have encrusted gemstones all across the brim of where this turban would meet the top of your forehead. And he goes, yes, that's a Kalashite craft, actually. It's what a lot of people from the north call a mage's hat. It's not as pointy as the ones from the north, but it is just as functional and just as stylish. Actually, more stylish if I do say so myself.
Thanks. I think I'm gonna take it. I like us. And
fantastic.
And he just continues to wear the hat then, and pays Beniti.
Ooh, Tariq.
50 gold pieces. That item bonus will not stack with your Ring of Wizardry. However, it does give you the extra cantrip, so that's fun.
Tariq, now you can look really, really good for Septi. And notice how I said Septi.
Just Septi, and then he winks.
Not a Dory, Septi.
I don't know what's happening between you two or who you're talking about. I know who Septi is, but I think she's spoken for. So, anyways, I hope you guys.
Wait,
what? Hold on.
News.
You need to spill this tea right now because
we all suddenly like gather around Beniti like solely interested.
Habibi pulled
Oh
out
no!
Who is he?
Oh, back. So sorry. I thought you guys knew. I mean, she has been spending a lot of time with Teminib. I'm just.
What?
That's just. I just see them together a lot. I don't actually know. I just.
No wonder he wasn't helpful.
I just want everyone to know that Khepri is so heartbroken right now because that could have been her sister-in-law and we could have had so much fun together.
So you guys are done with Beniti. Good. Check. 1, 2, 3. Moving on. You guys leave. We see like another sweeping shot of Wati as you guys are all walking and talking and having fun, exchanging jokes, ribbing Tariq for like, haha, you were about to date a taken woman, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually you make it back to Cosmoot's workshop, and as you walk in, before you even like all step through the door, he just yells at you. He's like, I'm not done yet! You guys just left a few fucking hours ago! Give me some time!
Khepri's gonna yell at him and go, you've had time!
You gave me a bulk order of 3 items and you told me to get it done in 1 day? I have other customers! Get the fuck out of my store and don't come until tomorrow!
But we're your
Good
favorite
God, sir.
customers, damn it!
Fuck off! No, you're not! That's my wife!
Hey, we weren't here earlier. What are you even talking about? As Tariq like points to Keryth and himself, is like,
God, not
you haven't even
again.
seen us. What are you even talking about, sir?
You're lucky I respect you now because of that design you did earlier. Now get the shit out of my store.
This is respect? Fine. And then
At least Tariq, at least he didn't make fun of your stick this time.
He's got my stick. Oh wait, no, he doesn't. I have my stick.
I thought he had a wife.
He does have a wife. She's the tailor.
You know what?
She's the one who tailored your armor.
Yep.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
She's like
Not as cool as
sunshine
Septi.
compared to him.
They are definitely yin and yang.
Yup.
Okay. So we'll be back in the morning.
Bye.
Tanhi's like shuffling everyone out. Like
Tanhi is over it. Tanhi's like, let's go.
But you guys finish the rest of the day doing the rest of your shopping, and you guys eventually convene back at, I assume, the Tooth and Hookah where you guys have been staying.
Yes.
Yep.
Is there anything you guys would like to do here, or should we just go for the sleep for the night and then wake up in the morning?
Wake up in the morning. I already pet Toothy.
Oh. Did Tariq happen to see a Dory on the way back, like on their way back?
Oh.
Funnily enough,
Oh.
she's already having a drink at the pub.
Oh.
No, Khepri's gonna pull on him on his cape and go, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't
But
do
I
it.
got this nice new hat.
But Tariq! Oh, Adori was mean.
Yeah, I kind of liked it.
Tariq! Khepri is gonna stomp off like a child and go sit next to Toothy and pout.
Farhan's at the bar, and he's just like idly chatting with Adori as she's kind of like leaning in on her elbows, like looking up at Farhan, and they're kind of just like talking. And as soon as Tariq comes in, she kind of like leans back and like stands a little bit more stiffly, and Farhan just turns to Tariq. He's like, Tariq, welcome back. How you doing, lad?
Doing great. And you see he's like he's got his hand up, kind of adjusting the hat. You know, like, and he walks up real smooth, and he kind of like leans. He like puts his elbow on the countertop and he goes, I'll have a drink. And then he just kind of goes, and he kind of like leans on his hand and looks at Adori and goes, what's up?
Tanhi
got-
and
Farhan-
Habibi are probably gonna go find a table to be watching this, and they're gonna continue eating off the plate that she brought in.
The same plate. Farhan kind of like looks at Tariq. He's like, all right, so just the usual then. I'll just get your glass real quick, and like turns around to like look at his shelf and picks up one of the brandy bottles here. And as he's turned around, Idori kind of like leans back against her elbow again, and she looks up at Tariq. Is like, hey, looking good. How you doing, man? What have you been doing? Keeping yourself busy shopping, I see.
Yeah, I got a nice new hat. Got some healing potions in case somebody else wants to, throw me on the ground and hurt me. But
she kind of like shrugs, like it was a fun time for me.
yeah, that Kelru guy, he was something, wasn't he? Anyways, what have you been up to?
Oh, just the same, shopping, buying stuff, trying to get off all this gold that I rightly earned, and I don't know, I'm probably gonna skip town in a couple days.
Are you sticking around for the auction?
I might. I haven't decided yet. I don't have a good enough reason to stay for the auction yet, though.
Oh,
can you
yet.
give me one?
Well, I'll be there. That's He's like, what's a good reason for her to stay?
Khepri just over here now. Her face is in her palms, and she's just shaking her head.
Farhan turns over and he like pours the large mug of ale and he like slides it down to Tariq. He's like, so where'd you get the hat? What does it do? It looks fancy and magical.
It is fancy and magical. And then he winks at Idori, like me. Anyways, I got it over at Beniti's. You know Beniti?
Hold on, she rolls her eyes and laughs slightly as she like jokingly taps you on the shoulder. Like, oh, Tariq, stop it.
Oh my gosh. So he goes, hey, I got it over at Beniti's. You know Beniti? He was the shopkeeper, all the way in that district I totally know. near somebody else's house.
Farhan kind of laughs. He goes, I don't know every single shopkeep in the town.
Well, he's a pretty good shopkeep. If you ever need something, I definitely recommend him because he's got, look at this, and he points over to Ramses. He's like, he got this nice harness made for Ramses. Look how nice that is. And like kind of points at all that. He's trying to appeal to Khepri here.
And Ramsey's now going to turn around and face his back toward Tariq. He's mad too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And Tariq just rolls his eyes and like, whatever. And then so he gets up. He like, he was leaning like on his elbow on the countertop and now he's just going to slide into one of the bar stools there beside Idori.
Idori kind of like looks over at Tariq and goes, is something wrong with your sister? She doesn't seem to be too happy.
And then he kind of looks back at Khepri and he goes, it's more of a family matter. I don't feel comfortable
Even the
sharing
dog's
right now.
mad at him.
But even the dog's mad at me, as you can see.
Well, she is a pretty powerful druid. You don't want to upset her.
Oh, trust me, I know. But I don't think she'd do anything to me yet. And then he's like, now that he's thinking about it, he's like lost for a moment, wondering like what all Khepri could do to him because she's mad at him. And he goes, you want to go somewhere more private? And then he like kind of nods his head over to like a corner booth or whatever.
She kind of leans in. She's like, I could be persuaded to do so.
All right. So he grabs his drink and then he takes her drink too, and then like they head off to a corner.
As you get up to leave towards the corner, to the corner booth, from the kitchen bursts out Kemma, Farhan's sister, and she kind of goes, "Oh my God, Tariq! Don't you know anything about your sister? Look at her. She's clearly upset that you're dating the wrong person. I'm sorry. I'm done with these games. Idori, you're nice.
What?
Tariq, you're nice. You guys would make a terrible couple." And she like passes in between the two of you.
I don't even. Shit! What?
She like shoulders you, and then she like walks by to like serve food to another patron down the whatever down the pub.
That was
and
weird.
Idori kind of looks at Tariq. She goes, "Yeah, actually, it's getting kind of late. I think I'm gonna turn in for the night."
Oh no!
Well,
Tariq's gonna kill Khepri.
Well, and then he hands her drink back to her to finish off, I guess, and then he like takes a long drink of his and he goes, "Have a good night."
She like swigs
And
it
then
back like a
he's
shot
like very
glass.
sarcastically like waves a dismissal, like, and then like just glares at Khepri.
She takes a swig back, like she takes a shot of her thing and puts it down. Like, yeah, I hope I see you again later. And she walks off.
And Tariq, he just makes his way with his drink back over to Khepri's table where she's sitting there with Petin. What's his name?
Toothy.
Toothy. Yeah, sorry. I wanted to say Hookie for some reason. Where she's petting, where like he makes his way over to the table where she's petting Toothy, and he just like slumps down in the chair beside over there, and he says, "Not a word."
Then the camera kind of like goes from Farhan, who's just like looking kind of like shocked and like shell shocked. He's like, "Oh shit, Kemma, you should not have done that." And then the camera cuts to like Habibi and Tanhi. They're sitting at the booth, and Keryth. They're all just like, "Oh."
Did they pay her to do it?
No, Kemma just knows what's up.
How?
Khepri
Who
knows.
is she?
Khepri knows. Tariq can. She's Farhan's sister.
I know, but like, how does she know about me and Septi?
She can read. I mean, like,
Also,
not
I'm
read, but
sure there are rumors.
Also, she could be friends with Septi.
Also,
Oh.
fair
Also,
point.
she's friends with Farhan too, or she knows Farhan has been talking to you. Farhan tells her stuff. There are ways for her to know.
Yeah.
Khepri doesn't say anything though. She just goes,
Yeah, not a sound either, Khepri. Not a sound.
Khepri's gonna flip him
He
off.
just continues to like aggressively sip his ale in silence, and they're both like mad at each other still.
Khepri's like starting to accidentally aggressively pet Toothy.
Toothy hisses at you and kind of like slithers away angrily.
Oh, Toothy, no.
I think it's time to turn in for the night.
Yeah, it's getting a little tense out here.
It's bedtime, guys.
Tariq, you can stay in the room with me and Habibi if you want to.
Thank you. I will.
Oh!
I didn't say a word. I just humped.
You guys turn in for the night, and then you wake up bright and early on day 7 of the night of the auction is tonight, so you still have the full day if you guys want to do anything left. I assume you guys will eventually go to Kusmuth and pick up your weapons there. We don't have to roleplay that, you guys. We can just say that you did that. But is there anything else you guys want to do? You have one last day of downtime left. What is it that any of you guys want to do on this final day of downtime?
Khepri's gonna go look for a Dory.
You don't want your tattoo?
I want my tattoo, but I need to talk to a Dory first.
Oh,
No, do you really though? Do you?
Yes, I do.
Do you really?
But she's not telling Tariq he's not in the same
7
room as
o'clock in
her.
the morning. Stop.
Our weapons are probably done. We should probably do that stuff first.
You guys can do that. I have things to do.
Whatever. Let's just leave her. I'm gonna.
Do you even know which room she stays in?
No, I'm gonna knock on all of the doors.
oh no!
Khepri. Oh my
my
gosh, so embarrassing.
Khepri walks up to the first door and starts knocking, and this old couple kind of like opens the door. They look around, they don't see it. They look down, like, "Can I help you?"
I'm so sorry,
Old
ma'am and
people?
sir. I'm looking for a Dory.
"Oh no doors here. Sorry."
Close this door.
She closes.
Khepri turns
the
back around.
door.
She goes, "Maybe this is a bad idea."
You don't say.
Keryth, can we just do my tattoo?
Yes.
Thank you.
Khepri has no impulse control.
She really
No,
doesn't.
she does not.
She's like, "I want to do this." Does it? "I want to burst out of pest shape." Boom. Pops out. Doesn't think anything ahead. She's like, "I want to do this." I do it.
Yeah.
"I want a tattoo." Gets a tattoo.
It's a good tattoo because it lets me be more stealthy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, stealth doesn't matter when you just pop out a pest form, Khepri.
You know what, Tariq? I was trying to be cool. I was trying to unlock the door. I forgot Valriana didn't know.
So Keryth and Khepri are off probably in Keryth's workshop starting on the tattoo, at least getting the first little bits of it, like maybe the outline of the tattoo.
Hey, there's no in progress experiments things.
He's been out for a week. There's nothing going on right now. Except
You
for
look over in the corner, and there's like a bubbling vat of something. It's like, don't
worry about it.
It's just incubating. That's docile. Don't worry about it.
I've been there for a week. It's not going to happen right now.
Right. Also, don't go in the basement.
Oh my god! Keryth, do you think I'm being too harsh on Tariq?
A little, yeah.
Because I just worry that Adori's gonna hurt him, because she doesn't seem like the type of person who could commit, if that makes sense. And I think Tariq plays a big game, but I think he wants someone who would be, committed. But wait.
So you're worried that Adori is just in it for the fun and wouldn't actually commit to an actual relationship. And all this is happening, by the way, guys, as, they're starting on this tattoo.
Oh, for sure. No. Anyways, stop moving.
And you're worried that will make Tariq get hurt because he, eventually wants something endgame.
Yes, because he's already lost so much, and now we're worried about our parents, and it's just, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm being too harsh on Adori. I don't know her circumstances, but Septi's so well put together. But Adori, on the other hand, she just seems kind of, I guess, rogue, but that's a little bit hypocritical, I guess.
I know that you're concerned for Tariq's well-being as his sister, but it is Tariq's life as well. And the only way he's going to learn what he wants out of life is for him to experience it.
Oh, but I found him. Like, I adopted him pretty much, right? So I gotta take care of him. Like Ramses. That wasn't the way I should have put it.
No. So after Khepri says that, there's just a long pause. And, the tattooing, pauses as well, as that just kind of slowly sinks into Keryth's head. And then he slowly starts resuming. Khepri, your brother is not a dog.
I know. I need to tell him I'm sorry.
I think that would be a good first step.
Yeah. Thanks for doing my tattoo, Keryth. It hurts a little bit.
That's fair. I maybe forgot to make some numbing cream before we did this, but
that's okay. Can we just not go all the way to my ear? Can we just go to the shoulder instead?
That's fine. That's fine.
Thanks, Keryth.
Quote unquote, forgot the numbing cream.
Forgot the numbing cream.
All right, what about you three? What are Tariq, Habibi, and Tanhi doing? You guys can be doing things together, separately. What do you guys want to be doing?
Well, we need to pick up the weapons.
Yeah, that doesn't take the whole day, though.
Yeah. But Tariq,
that's not gonna
do
take
you
the whole
want to come with us to get the weapons, and then we can drop by my house and you can have a decent lunch?
Well, I was gonna stay here, but now that you mention your mom's food, yeah, I think I'll go with you.
Okay.
Yes. Sonny's food.
So as they're walking, Tanhi is very hands-on, so she's moving from having her arm around Habibi's shoulders as they're walking and talking to going and putting her arm around Tariq's shoulders, but it's very casual in the way she's doing it, and she's just going back and forth as she's talking to each one of them.
So,
what are you guys talking about?
We're going to be talking about, of course, everything that went down between Tariq and Adori and Khepri.
This is such sibling crap.
Yes. Tanhi is gonna put her arm around Tariq's shoulder as they're walking, and she's gonna look at Tariq and she's gonna be like, "You do know about safe sex, right?"
How safe is safe?
Oh my god.
Tariq! Thank God Khepri's not there. Can you explain it to me over the air? Please?
Nope. We're fading to black. Veils and curtains, folks. We're moving on.
It's the birds and the bees.
But she will, she'll like start laughing after she says that. And she's like, I'm kidding. I'm sure that your parents gave you the birds and the bees talk as it is. But a little bit closer to the heart. You are being safe with your feelings, right? Like I know that you've been flirting a little bit, and I know that's kind of your personality, but I don't want you to get hurt.
I think you guys are just putting too much pressure. It's just been a few days. I'm just seeing what's out there.
But also, you need to, and as much as I'm totally all for you flirting, dude, like, yeah, get it, man. But pay attention to how your sister's feeling and understand, like, her side, too, where she just wants to try to protect you. And I know she can be a little overprotective. I totally see that firsthand.
A little. She always does this. Like, I like Septi, I do, but I don't know. It's just the more she pushes me to want to be with Septi, the more I'm like, I just want to not, because to prove her wrong. It feels like, I don't know. It just feels like, I don't know how to explain it. I almost feel like I'm going against a parent, but she's my sister, not my mom.
Well, take it from someone else with a sister. Just be glad that she wants to be involved in your life.
Yeah. Listen, guys. Really, the only relationship I need right now is right here with you all.
Oh, how sappy.
Tariq turns to Habibi. He goes, okay, I know you're right. Maybe I'll try to talk to her about it. We'll see how it goes. But that's we're saving that for later, though.
Yeah, and just tell her your point of view on things. Like, she has her own point of view. Just let her know that you're just doing your thing. You're not in it for the long run yet.
Okay. Yeah, she's already doing wedding bells, and I'm not about that right now.
But is there anything else you guys want to do? Do you want to do any more shopping? Just want to hang out, relax, pass the time?
I think we're probably just going to pass the time.
Yeah, we want the auction, man.
Fantastic. Well, I have good news for you. It is now the evening of day 7. It is finally time for the auction. You guys all make your way to the Canny Jackal. The Canny Jackal is basically this this giant pub. It's slightly bigger than the Tooth and Hookah, but it has been repurposed. It's like a fancy upper like level, upper tier establishment. It's very like highbrow, very like top dollar type deal. And it's the kind of place like rich people would go to. And they've repurposed all of it for this auction. You can see that instead of tables in the middle of the room, they have all these like seats kind of like in rows, and they're nice like lacquered leather seats. And they're looking up at this stage where you can see that this is probably where they would have at some point put on like performances, like full orchestras would be playing soft music for the patrons here to dine in. But now it's just like this stage with a big table on one side and a podium on the other side. To the back of the room, there's a bunch of couches and seats and stuff. Not so much like the dining tables and dining seats and stuff, but like nice cushioned couches and stuff gathered around where people can explore and talk and meander and mingle. And you guys come in here, and I assume you guys, dress the part. Like, you're not coming in with your armor and your expensive clothing, but you're also not like, I don't know, however you guys want to dress up. I know Habibi
with a nice
and Tariq
hat.
probably have with a nice hat, exactly. Like, you guys dress up a little bit. Like, this is a fancy time, right?
Khepri's gonna put her hair up.
Oh.
Habibi, you hear like your name called behind you very sharply, but it's not Habibi. You hear, Mary, is that you? Come here, we want to speak a word with you.
Oh, no. It can only be...
You turn around and you see your mom and your dad. Your mom is like storming up towards you, like all huffy and puffy. And she's in this big, elegant ballroom dress and stuff. And your dad is behind her, scowling with this big, bushy mustache. And they do not look happy. And we'll see you guys next week.
Oh, God.
Well, they're about to be
was it
less
sister?
happy when Tanhi unloads on them.
Oh.
Yep. Because now Tanhi isn't going to hold back.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, Habibi probably feels about the same height
Hey everyone, we hope you enjoyed the episode. If you liked what you heard, then please like, share, or subscribe to the Mithril Tabletop. You can find us on YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and Instagram. Or always feel free to email us at themithraltabletop@gmail.com. We'll see you next week. Music and sound effects are provided to you by Envato Elements. The Mummy's Mask is copyright 2014. Mummy's Mask images, characters, and artwork are a trademark of Paizo Incorporated.